It's going. Okay. And I bet you anything, people can just walk it in here, and I'll edit it out. Okay. All right, Mrs. Smith. Let's take a look at some options that we see in the market. That way, if we're not the best fit for you, at least you know exactly where you'd like to go. Fair enough?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's start off with a gutter. So industry standard is a 6-inch gutter. Right now what you have is 5. So if we take a look at this one, you can tell it's a whole lot bigger. Of course, it being bigger means that you're going to have a whole lot more water that's able to get in there alongside with your downspout. So right now you have that 2x3 downspout. We're going to upgrade that to a 3x4 downspout. So there's a whole lot more able to kind of process and mitigate that water. Okay? Questions on that so far?
Nope.
Great. So let's take a look at the industry. So the first option that you have is going to be your Lowe's or your Home Depot option. So we take a look at this. What are we noticing here? So you have a lot of different holes in here and a lot of surface area. How easy do we think it's going to be for water to get through that system?
Probably not very easily.
Exactly. So when we put that down on top of your system, right, what they usually put it flat down. So what happens is all of those leaves are going to come on out and they're going to stick right on top of here. That with a lot of the surface area, so structurally it's supportive, right? But the point of your gutter is what?
To keep the water going where it's supposed to go.
Exactly, to mitigate water, because we don't want any damage to your foundation or anything like that. So laying that flat and having all of that hole on top of there and these little holes that are there is really not allowing for anything to get into your gutter, including the water that you were hoping for. This doesn't seem like it would be a great solution for you, right?
Right.
The next step, great option, right? So they took and made it micro mesh. There's nothing that's getting into this baby, right? So they did the same exact thing. They put it straight on top there. So same thing, like I talked about with the last one, all the leaves come on out. You're definitely getting the water getting into your gutter system. That's definitely happening. But what do you think can be the issue?
It doesn't look very sturdy.
Exactly. So you don't have the structural security that you did with the other product, and it starts, what happens over time, it starts to break down. As you can see right here with this here, we put it on a gutter system. How many times were you hoping to get this project done?
Once.
Once. Same. Okay, so you do like, we want the micro mesh, but we want something that's structurally supportive with it as well. So that's where the big industry came into with this option. So let's take a look at the bottom here. So you can see structurally, it's super sound, right? You have a lot of these open holes that are allowing a lot of water to get into that system, but you still see that there's a lot of surface area that's being taken up, right? These are opportunities where water can't get into that system. Then when we turn it off over, it also has that micro mesh technology on the top of it. Now, whatever company it is that you decide to pick, you definitely want to see if that micro mesh is attached to the system itself. Because there's a lot of companies that have it slide into their system, and when it slides into their system over time, it could detach. Now, with all this structural support in that micro mesh, if it detaches, what's going to happen with the efficiency of your gutter guard system?
It looks like something can get inside.
Absolutely, especially with all of these holes. These holes can pretty much fit in all of your pine, small particles, gravel from your roof. So it's really not a long-term solution. Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Perfect. So now what our engineers did, they took a look at both options. You want something that's structurally sound, and you like that micro mesh technology on top of it to make sure that you're not getting anything into that gutter space. So we came up with 2 different options. We have our high-end option, and we have our mid-level option. So when I took a look at your property, I see you have a lot of pine. So I don't suggest your high-end option for you, but I like to show you exactly what it is. So since it's your home and you can make your informed decision, because I don't want to hold anything back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's take a look. This is our high-end leaf solution option. Let's take a look at it on top. You can see that there's a lot of capillaries here. So let's turn it over. And if we did a comparison. So you can see there's a big difference with the structure of how ours is structured. This one has a lot of different surface area there. Ours, we're building this to make sure that you have the most water mitigation right into your system. We don't want anything to impact it. When you see the capillaries as well, they're built to draw the water right into it. So you're not worried about the water going over your space. Then when you turn it over, the micro mesh is built into that system there. And then I'll show you exactly. So this is our high end. Well, for you, I think that our mid-level extreme would work best, and you'll see why. Completely flat on top. So now we're not worried about any pine that would probably get into our high level option. We're not worried about that here. So the way that looks for your system, it's going to sit right on top just like this, about 12 to 15 degree angle. It's going to be screwed right on top here, and then also attached to your fascia mount. What we're going to do is put end caps on all of that to make sure that we're keeping out all the birds and the squirrels for that system. You also get a 20-year warranty on it and a 1 year on workmanship. Now when we take a look at your back, same exact thing. Same thing, same benefit that you had from the high-end option is existing with our mid-level option. Still a lot of space, you have that structural support there, but there's no issues with water mitigation. Any questions?
No questions.
Does that seem like a solution that can work for your property?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. And the last thing I like to do with that is I also like to show you how it would look in practice once we install it.
Looks a lot better than what I have now.
It definitely does. It definitely does.
This looks great.
Awesome. So the last thing is to go over your pricing. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Perfect.